Hello, how are you doing? I was looking for something in my purse. I guess I can't find it. How are you doing? Welcome, welcome, welcome. Thank you for joining me today. How are you doing, chosen ones? Listen, I haven't been here in a while, and just wanted to come talk to you all just for a minute, briefly, because I have to take. I was given a pie, so I have to take this pie in the house. So I don't want to have it sitting in the car. But listen, chosen ones. Hello, Joanne. Listen, if you're a true chosen one, I know you have experienced this, right? And I just want to come give you some clarity. Once again, my name is Monique. I'm a life coach, and I teach women how to take responsibility for their happiness, success, and freedom. Hi, Jacqueline. And when you are a true chosen one, most likely you are a person that likes people. You are a person with many talents, right? You are what they call a people's person, right? You are a person that makes people feels welcome. You make them feel welcome. You invite. There are no strangers to you, right? There are no strangers to you, chosen ones. I'm talking to the ones who can relate, right? You have so many gifts and talents. You are genuinely a pure-hearted person. And people who don't have those traits, people who have to fake and pretend, they are going to hate you for it. They're going to hate you because you can be yourself without any effort, right? You can be yourself. When people are fake and phony, they have to always pretend. Just imagine how stressful it is for a person to pretend and hide and put on a mask to try to be someone they're not. That takes a lot of effort. I know for me, I've done it before in my life and it didn't work for me. So I promised myself I'd never try to be anyone else that I'm not, just to please and appease other folks. I did that for a short period of time because, see, chosen ones, we're not phony. We're not fake. Even when we try to be fake and phony, it doesn't sit right with us. So this message is brief. People want to be you so bad. They want to steal your characteristics. People think because they're in a relationship with you, or they lie to you, or they try to win you over, right? They try to win you over as far as you being in a relationship with them. You're being married to them. They befriend you. People are so sick. They think if they can get close to you, that your characteristics will rub off on them. They want to steal. They want to steal your characteristics. They want to steal those characteristics, what God put in you. Let them know that it's not on you. It is really in you. You don't have to put on a front. You don't have to fake. You don't have to pretend to be something you're not. You don't have to pretend to be something you are not. And I'm talking about as far as your characteristics, your qualities. If you are outgoing person, that's who you are. If you're naturally a genuine person, naturally a happy person, naturally a person who likes to have fun, you're genuine. You are a go-getter. You're silly. You like to joke and laugh. People want to take those characteristics as if it is their own. And that's why they get frustrated and mad with you, because they see that for them, because they're not naturally that way, it takes a lot of effort. They want to tell people that they are a certain way when their actions don't align. I used to be a type of person that always listened to what people said. If they told me they were a good person, because I was so naive and gullible, I thought people were like me. If someone told me, oh, I'm a good person, I'm this, I'm that, I believe them. I'm honest, I'm true, I'm trustworthy, I'm this, I'm faithful. I believed it. But what I never saw, what I had to learn was to never listen to what people say. I had to learn to watch their actions. I had to learn to watch their actions, because we can say anything out of this. We can say anything out of this. How many people tell you they love you out of this right here? And behind your back, they're talking about you. They are dogging you out. They making you look bad, but they say, I love you. They come home and hug and kiss you and do little things for you, all while they're destroying your character. They're destroying you, making you look like the villain. But in the end, chosen one, in the end, regardless of the mouth that people put on you, the lies, regardless of how deceitful they are, how negative they trying to paint you, they will paint a picture, have people looking at you like you're mental, like you're the problem. Some people are very convincing. They will have you looking like you're the problem. They will lie on you and make you look like the villain. But one thing about the chosen ones, we're always vindicated. I don't care how many years it takes. We're always vindicated. We're always vindicated. This is why you cannot get in the ring with the enemy. You can't get in the ring with the enemy. You can't, get in ring with people trying to provoke you. They're trying to provoke you to anger. They're trying to provoke you to wrath. They're trying to provoke you. They see that you're minding your business. You're working on yourself. You're taking responsibility. That's why this channel is here. You're taking responsibility for yourself. And they'll be trying to provoke you. You don't left folks alone. You're not trying to bother people. You don't left them alone. You let them do what they want to do. Whatever they want to do, guess what you said? Do it. Do what you want to do. See who you want to see. Sleep with who you want to sleep with. Just leave me alone. Oh, they don't like when you at peace. They don't like when you get your peace now. Your peace comes from God. Your peace comes from within. You don't unsubscribe from dysfunction. You've unsubscribed from all the foolishness that these devils like to live in. They like to live in confusion. They like to live in dysfunction. They like to live in uncertainty. They like to live in gossip, going back and forth, turning this person against that person, provoking people to anger, to wrath. Two-faced it. Yes, they hate you to set boundaries, Jacqueline. This is when see, it took me 43 years to learn this here. I never understood it. It took me 43 years to learn that boundaries will let you know who people really are. When you set boundaries with people, that will let you know what role they are trying to play in your life. Because the enemy doesn't like boundaries. The enemy doesn't like for you to tell him what to do. The enemy doesn't like it. So when you set boundaries with people, that'll let you know what type of spirit you're dealing with. It took me a long time to learn this because, see, I was brought up with this notion of people get to do what they want to do in my life, and I got to accept it, blood or not. Blood or not. You don't have to accept things. You don't have to tolerate people dysfunction. You don't have to tolerate disrespect. You don't have to tolerate anything that doesn't make you feel good in your life. You don't have to tolerate that. You don't have to tolerate drama. You don't have to deal with people who lie on you. I don't care who it is. It could be your child. You don't have to deal with them. Because hell get in them children too. You don't have to deal with them. You can love them, but you don't have to deal with them. It can be your spouse. Hell get in them too. Jealousy. Jealousy get in them. You don't have to tolerate anything from nobody. I don't know where we get this notion where we have to tolerate people showing us they hate us. People showing us they will off one of us, unalive us. And we sitting there, oh, we got to pray it through. Let's pray, let's fast, let's do this. No, God give you wisdom. When a person say foolishness out of their mouth, when they say foolishness out of their mouth, it's time for you to exit. Exit stage left. When people tell you what they're going to do to you, out of the mouth that heart is going to speak. You don't sit there and let people say all these different things to you. Just pay attention to what's going on in the world. We can't be foolish in this hour. I don't care if a person jokingly say, I'm getting from around them. I don't care who it is. We have to be wise in this season. We have to move with wisdom. Because people are jealous. People are hateful. You know, people are jealous when they're trying to become you. They trying to steal your characteristics. They want to be loving and genuinely caring. And they inflict so much abuse on you because they don't want you to be how you are. They don't want to be the way that you genuinely are. They want to try to siphon that love out of you. They want to siphon all of them good qualities because they want to change you into somebody bitter. They want to change you to bitter Betty. That's why I say when you've experienced any type of abuse, it is important so you can go heal. You go deal with yourself. You don't have time to be worried about what people are going to think about you, what they're saying, what they're talking about. You shouldn't care about that until you get yourself together. You know who you are. When you know who you are, you'll stop trying to prove to people that you are this person. I understand, Barbara, but you have to use discretion because the enemy wants to get you in a fight. Because one thing about it, you can't control what people think of you. I don't care what you say. I don't care what you try to do to stand up for yourself. People are going to believe what they want to believe. And especially if they don't like you, oh, they definitely going to believe it. Especially if they can't run over you, they are going to believe any lie that is being told about you. So you're fighting, you're running against a brick wall. You have to use discernment, use discretion when you're trying to defend yourself, because sometimes that's what the enemy wants you distracted. Because if you're focused on them, you're not focused on yourself. You're not focused on your healing. He's trying to win right now, but you trying to win the war. He's trying to win the little battle that's going on right now, but you want to win the war. You want to win in the end. So you have to be strategic with the enemy. Oh yes, a man of wisdom. That's so true. So true. And I had to learn that. I didn't know that either. I didn't know. I was like Barbara, I want to defend my reputation. I want to try to tell people, oh, I'm not this way. But what I had to learn, anybody that believes a lie about you, them people you need to cut off. If they don't come talk to you, if they moving funny, their energy is funny, and you know they believe the lie, they walking and moving all funny with you, cut them people off. I don't care who it is. Stop dealing with them. You don't have to hate them. See, people think because you don't deal with them, you hate them. You hate them. No, you don't hate them. I just don't like your shadiness. I don't like the spirit that's in you. I don't like how you moving. I don't like the shadiness. I don't like the fakeness. I don't like the dishonesty. I don't like the lies. I don't like that you can't think for yourself. I don't like that you don't know how to communicate. That's what I don't like. That's what I hate. I hate that you're not being an adult to talk things out, to get through the misunderstanding, not believe every wind and lie that blows your way. And then you want years to pass and you think you're going to come back in my life after you try to destroy. People do that. They'll try to destroy you and they'll wait years thinking time is going to heal things and you're going to forget. But they never see with me, you can't come back in my life until we address the last issue. Some people may say, oh, you didn't forgive them. You didn't let it go. It's not about forgiving. It's not about forgiving. That's why so many people are stressed out. That's why you got people sweeping things under the rug because they never address the issue. And that's why when you have a misunderstanding, one small little disagreement, that's why stuff hit the fan. That's why people lash out, because they're lashing out over the years of stuff that y'all never addressed. That's how it is in marriages, relationships. You in there 30 years, 25 years. You didn't leave because of what just happened. You left because of all the other things that were unresolved. And it just became too much. All the lies and the abuse and the things that you put up with. You didn't leave because of the last incident. You left because of all the other stuff that got swept under the rug. People like to sweep stuff under the rug. Oh, y'all been together 30 years, 40 years. Because people will avoid things for that long. They don't want to address their issues. They don't want to address their issues. They'd rather hop into another relationship instead of dealing with their own trauma, dealing and facing their own abuse that they've been subjected to in childhood. We've all been abused and traumatized in some way, but don't take it out on the person who's trying to love you. A lot of our parents did not parent us well. Half of us didn't parent our children well because we were not taught to parent the right way. And some of us were excellent parents. But this is where maturity comes in. You deal with your own stuff. I talk about it all the time. I watched both of my parents buy and smoke crack cocaine when I was younger. I watched them do that throughout my entire life. And I'm not saying this to put them on the spot. They're deceased, but this is my story. This is the truth. I could have taken the path to go that direction. I watched them. I witnessed them. I grew up with them acting all sorts of ways because they were being controlled by a substance. But I still made a decision. I don't want to touch drugs. I don't want to do that. I don't want alcohol. I don't want to do it. We still have decisions. I could have blamed my parents for that. I can't blame my mom and dad for that. They had their own stuff. And see, this is where people don't want to take accountability. We want to blame our parents for things that they done to us. And we want people to forgive us for what we've done to them. It don't go that way. Forgive your parents. And forgiveness looks like you letting it go, but you still got to address it. If your parents are alive, go talk to them. And they may not want to talk about it. Not making an excuse. They may not want to talk about it. They may deny it. But you got to ask the questions to release yourself. You have to free yourself. This is how this stuff continue on. Don't sweep it under the rug anymore. Bring it to the light. I don't care who don't like it. You have to stop being considerate of people's feelings when it comes to you trying to get your healing. Oh, I understand that too, D. But guess what? You do your part. You do your part. Because some people will never take accountability. Some people, because of that spirit, what you said, because that spirit has ego and it has pride. Pride would never. That's why you find people like that. They'll never admit to their wrong. They'll always say, but this happened, but that happened. My mama did this. My daddy did this. But. When you find a person that always got to say but, and they always got to come up with the reason, they can't just say, I'm sorry for. They can't say, I'm sorry for mistreating you. I'm sorry for, hurting you. I didn't know that hurt you. If they can't just apologize without saying but, those people are full of pride. Full of pride and ego. You have to let them go. Let them go and deal with themselves. They'll never come back and apologize. They will never apologize. But you got to move on. You got to know how to recognize this stuff. And the only way you're going to know the difference if you build your relationship with God so he can give you wisdom. Exactly. He'll give you wisdom to navigate through these difficult situations that are hard to navigate through. And it'll be something spiritual because you can't do it in your natural strength. You can't do it in your natural strength. People mistreated you. Somebody lost their innocence. People were framed, lied on. People did time in jail and prison over a lie. But you don't want to be. The one thing about me, I want to have me a good life. I am going to have me a good, prosperous, happy life. I am going to enjoy my life. I don't care who I have to cut off. If people don't want to be in sync with me, I am not running behind them. I don't care what picture people try to paint of me because I know who I am. When you for sure of who you are, you don't care. You wouldn't care who you lose. When you know who you are, you won't care who you lose. This where you have to get. People always want to make it seem like they are the prize. God is the prize. You can't live without God. And God will send you the right people. Don't let people erect themselves in your life as a God, as if you can't do without them. If I can do without my grandmother, that was my backbone. Both of them, my mom's mom and my dad's mom. If I can live without them, it's been 23 years. I can live without anybody. They were the ones that spoke life and taught me the things that I needed to as much as they could. They were the ones that taught me, encouraged me, instilled values and morals. I may not have always done the right thing, but if I could live without them, I could live without anybody. They were the ones that loved unconditionally, and you knew it was love. Even when my grandmother tore my butt up, sent me to get my own switches to tear my butt up, and I needed it. I knew she loved me. Some people may say it's abuse. No, that was correction. I needed that correction. Or I wouldn't be where I am today. That was correction. Just thinking about them, it got me teared up because they loved unconditionally. They told me the truth, whether I wanted to hear it or not. You don't have people doing that nowadays. People are only going to tell you what they think is going to make you feel good and what they think is going to keep you liking them. They don't have your best interests. Oh yeah, I was mad at my grandmothers. I was mad at them. I was mad when they corrected me. Big mad when they corrected me because I thought I knew everything. But guess what? I knew they loved me, and that me mad at them, oh, that didn't last. I didn't create no hate for my grandmothers because people will hate you when you correct them. They will create a hate that they're going to have to live with and die with because you correct them and you try to tell them what's right. I thank God for my grandparents. And all grandparents are not created equally. All grandparents are not created equally. My grandmothers, they were not educated, but they were full of wisdom. And in my book, wisdom trumps education any day. I don't care what people say in this world. Because you got a lot of, and I won't say, yeah, I'm going to say it. You got a lot of educated fools walking around. Wisdom is what is going to sustain you. Wisdom. And I'm thankful that I was imparted that wisdom from my grandparents. I'm thankful for that. Always been a thankful person. I will not only say that I'm grateful, but that's why I say people try to steal your qualities. They try to steal who you genuinely are. Because chosen ones, we are great. We're thankful for the small things. We don't complain about the small. I remember when my grandmother, I remember when my grandmother used to buy us clothes when I was in middle school, elementary. She used to buy us clothes. Them clothes were ugly too. Them clothes were ugly. But guess what? I didn't look at it as if they were ugly. I looked at them as if they were brand new and I had a new outfit on. I didn't care how it looked. I was thankful. I could say now they were ugly, but I was thankful for the little things. I've always been that way. Somebody could pick a flower off the tree and give it to me. Oh, that flower means the world to me because a person go out of their way and they put thought into something that they do just for little old me. This is why people who give gifts and there is no genuineness behind it, they're just doing it because they don't want you to say that you gave to them and they didn't give to you. That's why when people who don't do it from the heart, right, they want to do it. See, people buy gifts for themselves to give to you. People will do things for you because they're doing it for themselves. They want to be looked and looked at because they did something for you. You got to be careful with that. People do favors for you because they want to be praised for that. It's not genuine. You know when something is genuine. You got people that sit around and showcase their partner off just to fish and get other people, get more women or more men. You got people that will just shower you with gifts to reel other people in to their web of deception and dysfunction. Yes, you do. Because people think they be doing stuff. You think people doing stuff for you. You got to look at, see, one thing about the chosen, we know when people doing stuff from the spirit or when they just doing it from the flesh. You got people that do stuff from the flesh. I peep all that. I can discern all of that. And sometimes you don't be noticing things because you're in the web of deception. It's not until you get out of the web of deception to where you can see clearly. That's why some of you all are going through your awakening. Some of you all are being removed and replaced and pushed out of relationships. It's spiritual. It's God. You don't have to go seek nothing else but open your word. Open your Bible. Oh, because his purpose is going to be fulfilled, whether you want to do it or not. You can't fight against God. You can't fight against him. Oh, his purpose is going to be fulfilled. Either you're going to do it or else. You can try to keep fighting if you want to. No matter what you go through, you still going to fulfill that purpose he got for you. Whether the people you want to be there with you or not, you still going to do what you were put here to do as a chosen one. Oh, yeah, you can go to jail. You can go lose a limb. It ain't funny, but I'm just trying to put it in perspective. You can go through all the things and you think you over and it's done for you. No. God's still going to come snatch you up. And you're going to fulfill his purpose. So that's what I want to come talk to you all about. Listen, they hate and they try to steal who you are. But you got to let them know what they see is not on you. It's not fake. It's not phony. How you are and who you are, it is in you. You sure can, Barbara. You can run, girl, and you can't hide. Oh, I sure tried to hide. I was in denial. All of that. All of it. But listen, they wish they could. You are the gift. You are the spiritual one. It's natural to you. You don't have to pretend to be something you're not. You're the one that got the big faith. You're the one that got the bold faith. You really believe God. You believe God for real, not because you got a job. Because most people, their job is their God. No, you are chosen one. You believe God for real. You believe God when you don't have no money in the bank. You don't know how you're going to pay your bills, but you trust God. And guess what? He come through for you. He's come through for you. I'm not going to tell y'all how many times I was struggling. I keep it real over here. I was struggling with somebody. Struggling with somebody. I remember my baby didn't have any formula. Didn't have any milk. Drinking that expensive milk. I should have been breastfeeding. Don't give your baby that formula. If you pregnant, got children, breastfeed your child. Do it God's way. I didn't know. I was ignorant. I didn't know. But at the time, I didn't have any formula.